everyone, my name is Giovanna Proença and I'm the instructor of Doors Coding School, and I'm here to give you a guide of what you should follow now that you know your level at programming. After you did the quiz, you can see here that your level is advanced, which is amazing because you have enough knowledge in the fundamentals of programming, so you know how to work with functions, variables, conditionals, loops, and more. And now it's time to go to the next level. So you already have enough knowledge for fundamentals of programming. Of course, you can practice more using our platform that I will mention in the future, but you should also now focus on the initial concepts of web development, because only the fundamentals are not enough to start working as a developer. So now you're going to start learning the real skills to work in that area. All right, so I will tell you a little bit about the course that you should take. So I'm assuming you already did CS50 Python or some other course because you know the fundamentals. So this course we're gonna skip, you don't need to do that. The course you should do right now is the CS50X, but I don't want you to do everything. But what is CS50X, right? Well, CS50X is a course that introduces people to computer science at Harvard. It's the same course they take there, and now they put it available for us for free here online. So the course is pretty good because they explain very well the lecture, they focus on what really matters in terms of what you should learn, and they have real world projects that you can show you can display your experience in the future. So here you're going to be facing challenging projects that will certainly make you a programmer. All right, so we don't need to do the whole course because those initial weeks here are focusing on the fundamentals. You should start at week 7, that will teach you how to work with SQL. In the future, I'm going to specify a little bit more, but basically SQL is a language that will teach you how to manipulate tables and databases with code. Then you should learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which are languages that will allow you to build a website. So all the visual parts of a website, the buttons, the texts, colors, and more. And then on week 9, you're going to learn Flask, which is the last part remaining for building a website, which is making your code functional, your website functional. So you're going to be able to allow people to register, log in and log out on your project, on your website. You're going to allow people to do more things than just 2000s website, because basically HTML and CSS and JavaScript will teach you how a website was built early 2000, and now with Flask it's something that we actually do nowadays. All right, once you complete that, of course you can start searching for jobs and applying, but we don't suggest you to do this at this moment because you're gonna still need to learn some other tools, which you're gonna learn in CS50 Web, which is the following up course of CS50X. This course is pretty good. They have practical projects, so you're gonna build some real-world projects that I will mention in a bit. And here you're gonna learn the advanced concepts of web development. So you're gonna learn more about HTML and CSS. You're gonna learn Django, which is another library from Python that is used in most of the companies nowadays to build websites and mobile applications, and also other things that I won't mention right now, but you're gonna see when you're doing this course. By the end of it, you're gonna get your certificate and you can display to the world that you know how to code and you're available to start working at any company in this area. Now I'm gonna explain a little bit about the portfolio, how can you apply, and other important hints. So now that you know all the courses you should do, let's talk about the portfolio, okay? So as I mentioned, with CS50 Web, you're gonna be doing some practical projects. Among those projects, you're gonna be building your own Google, Wikipedia, and e-commerce. You're gonna clone Gmail, you're gonna create a social media like Twitter or the old X, and at the end, a final project of your choice. So this will be really good to display your experience, right, in those areas. But you could do as a regular programmer that just put those code on GitHub and share in your CV, but this won't make you stand out from the others. And that's why we highly recommend you displaying your portfolio like that. So you should record a video of yourself explaining the project and displaying this nice website in here, because think about the following. The first person that you're gonna have contact is someone from HR, and this person not necessarily know about anything about programming, right? So if you can explain yourself, explain your project and your experience to this person, you're gonna be one step ahead from the others. Not only because you're displaying your experience, but also because you're gonna show your communication skills, because another important part of being a programmer is not only coding, but actually explaining to others your thought on solving something. And if you have that, you're gonna be different from the others, okay? So why we say that? We do this with all of our students, this methodology that we're doing here, and all of them started working as developers. You can see our past students' LinkedIn or their testimony in our website, but now I want to show you a short video about one of them telling us their experience with us.
I am Alex, and I just wanted to give a testimonial to the Doors coding community. They helped me really get into coding, and it was something that I was interested in. However, I had no idea how to get into, so I contacted them, and I have to say that they were really nice. Giovanna was my teacher. She helped me every week through lessons, and that really helped me get through the technical side of coding. Also, I got good email support. Every week, if I had any troubles, I would just send a screenshot or possibly share my code with them, and then they would get right back to me, helping me through projects, such as projects for courses like Harvard CS50. And so that will really help me out. Not just technical, I guess I could say I also got a lot of emotional support. Coding can be a little bit frustrating, so they really made sure that the lessons we went through were tailored to the needs I had at the time. They would go at a pace to make sure that I could keep up. And so I just wanted to say, not just the technical side, but the emotional side, they really did an outstanding job. So I just wanted to recommend them, especially if you are interested in getting into the world of coding.
All right, so now that you saw the testimonial of our student, I want to tell you why you should use Coding Doors and not only the CS50 courses. So, well, I already mentioned that CS50 is really good. Their methodology, their structure is really well planned. They will teach you all the fundamentals, all the skills you need in order to become a programmer. But you will face, and you probably face if you already did CS50 before, that there are not enough exercises for you to practice. Usually the exercises, you have the lecture, you need to watch the lecture, and then there is a huge gap between the lecture and the problem sets they will ask you to do. And this can make you feel a little bit frustrated. And you can see that by the dropout rate of this statistic here from David Mellon, the professor of Harvard. So basically for the first week, they have several students, and then for the next week, it kind of cut half of the people kind of drop out the course, and then the statistics just show us that by the end of the day, few people complete the course. There are several reasons for that, and I will show you the first one. The first one is because of this lack of exercises for you to practice, so that's why we created Coding Doors. Coding Doors is an online platform, it's free. You have several exercises, more than 500 exercises from different concepts, different aspects, and they all start from the easy level until the hard ones, so you can actually understand what's going on and getting step by step what you have to do, and then you're prepared to face the problem sets and also real world problems, okay? So let me show you a little bit how our platform works. As you can see here, this is the tree with the full curriculum that I just mentioned. It starts from the very first week of CS50 Python and it ends at the last week of CS50 Web. And for each circle you're seeing here, we have some exercises for you to do. So let's suppose we're working here with this first week. Here it's focusing only in functions and variables, so you have 20 exercises to play around. And it starts from this easy concept here, like returning the number 2. And let's suppose I return the number 1. If you run, we have tests being working here beneath the hood, and you have an AI tutor giving you suggestions of how you should solve your question, solve your problem if you have a bug in your code, or it will give you other suggestions if you pass all the tests. Besides that, you don't have only the AI tutor, but you have the theory here, you have some hints to solve the problem by yourself, and you have our own personal solution that fits exactly our expectations for students at this level of CS50 Python, for example, okay? So this is pretty good because you can keep practicing multiple times until you're feeling comfortable and ready to move on for the next step of the course, all right? The second problem of CS50 is not only this lack of exercises to practice, but also the idea of not having someone to help you out. So those courses are free for us, they are available online, but if you try to do it by yourself, it can be very complicated. As I mentioned, the lecture is pretty good, Professor Mellon is amazing, but when it's time for us to face the problems, things are not the same, things are pretty complicated. So that's why we can also see here this dropout rate. If you have someone to ask, if you have someone to guide you through the problems, to give you the right path, you can speed up your learning process and move on with the course. So this is why we recommend having a mentor. Here at Doors Coding School, we offer the service of one-on-one tutoring, which will be you and our instructor working online via Zoom, or a bootcamp, which will be a group class, and then we're going to be working together. So it's online, you can fit your routine, you're going to have tutors with expertise that will help you within 24 hours. It's affordable compared to other schools, and you have this sense of accountability. So this is the most important part that CS50 doesn't cover. You're going to have someone to ask for questions, to solve your bugs, to help you out, to teach you how you should think in order to solve the problems. And also, when you feel frustrated and demotivated, you have someone to keep you on track. So the sense of accountability is really hard when you're trying to learn by yourself. Besides that, at Doors we have a huge community of people from around the world, so you can have a really nice network. And by doing all of those courses, we guarantee by learning with us that you're going to complete all the three CS50 courses I mentioned and earn your certificate. All right? So now that I mentioned all of that, let's think where we should start. Well, so now you have all the knowledge about what path you should take, how can you apply for jobs, what the importance of having a mentor and using our Coding Doors platform. Now I will tell you exactly where you should start. So as I told you early in this video, you should start at Unit 10 SQL of our Coding Doors platform. So if you take a look in here, I'm assuming with the level you are right now, we already passed through all this path in here, and you're gonna start here at Unit 10, all right? You can follow those circles, you don't need to do exactly what is listed in here, because all those circles, they are already pointing to the right exercises you should do before doing the problem sets of CS50. And here we kind of cut some aspects that are not needed and some extra resources that you should do before taking those exercises from Harvard, all right? You're almost at the end of the tree, so if you see, you're gonna do SQL, then HTML, Flask, Django with SQL, and then you're done with your journey, okay? So, well, now we are at the end of this presentation. I hope I clarify all your questions and all your doubts about the path you should take, the resources you should use, and how can you apply for jobs. In the next days, we're gonna be sending you emails to teach you how can you do that. Everything I mentioned here in this video, we're gonna be explaining more details for you in the emails. And well, if you have any question, you can reply to them, you can send me a message, or you can schedule a free meeting with us, all right? I hope to see you soon. Take care, bye-bye.